Hi there and welcome to Mr. Mitchell's Mathematics. We're now going to be looking at how to expand two brackets when they're next to each other. Like always, make sure you've got a pen and paper ready so that you can do the calculations in this video. So when you need to expand two brackets, what you're essentially doing is timesing everything in the first bracket by everything in the second one. Here, it's important that every term is included in your calculation. So, if we use the example in front of us as the demonstration, I'll show you what you need to do. Let's start with this 2 here. This 2 now needs to be times by everything in the second bracket. So what we do is we times 2 by 2x, which will give us 4x. We then do 2 times 6, which is plus 12. We now need to times everything in the second bracket by 3x. So we do 3x times 2x, which is 6x squared, and then we do 3x times 6. In this case, that's 18x. Good, so we now have expanded the bracket, but what we need to do is leave it in its simplest form. So the first thing we do is put the x squared at the front. So we put 6x squared. Then what we do is we add together the 4x and the positive 18x, which will be 22x. And the last thing we have left is this positive 12, which we put at the end of our expression. And so the bracket has now been expanded to give us 6x squared plus 22x plus 12. And that is our final answer. So why don't you have a go at this on your own? Here is an expression for you to try at home. Pause the video now, and in a few moments I'll show you how to get the correct answer. Best of luck. Good, so let's have a go. The first thing we need to do is times everything in the second bracket by 3t. So 3t times 2t is 6t squared. 3t times 7 is positive 21t. Now we need to times everything in the second bracket by 6. Well, by minus 6, sorry, that's very important. So we do minus 6 times 2t is minus 12t. And now minus 6 times 7 is minus 42. Good. Now, like we did before, we now need to collect like terms. So 6t stays at the top. And now we need to add together these two, which is positive 9t, and next we need to add on right at the end this minus 42, and therefore this bracket has been expanded to equal 6t squared plus 9t minus 42. So I hope you got the right answer. Let's have a go at two new expressions to see if you can expand the brackets. Have a go on your own, and in a few moments I'll explain how to do it. Pause the video now. Good. Alright, so let's start with the first one. Let's times everything in the second bracket by 5w. So 5w times 3 is 15w. 5w times minus 4w is minus 20w squared. We then have 7 times 3, which is 21, and 7 times minus 4w, which is minus 28w. We now need to collect like terms, so we'll put the w squared first, so that's minus 20w squared. We now need to add together the 15w and the minus 28w, and that is minus 13w. And last but not least, this 21 on the end, so plus 21. Good, that's the final answer. For question 2, we do 8 times 5, which is 40. Next, 8 times minus 3y, which is minus 24y. Next, we do 2 minus 2y times 5, which is minus 10y. And then minus 2y times minus 3y is positive 6y squared. Like we did before, we now need to collect like terms. So let's put 6y squared minus 34y plus 40. And that is our final answer. Good, so I hope you now feel confident about expanding brackets. Like always, if you have a question or query, leave a comment in the section below and make sure to subscribe to Mr. Mitchell's Mathematics. Have a great day.